Come on a hike with us to discover whether you should visit Fishercap Lake in Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park. While we hike Swiftcurrent Pass, we'll share the answers to 11 questions you need to ask before committing to Redrock Falls and Fishercap Lake. Let's get started. With such a big park, you will want to ask, is Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park worth the hike? Some waterfalls take hours to reach and leave you wondering if the payoff was worth it. Redrock Falls is a shorter hike in the Many Glacier section of Glacier National Park, but the view opens up to a peaceful series of red rock cascades framed by alpine peaks. It's scenic, relaxing, and low effort. The out and back trail, as we'll discuss throughout this video, is ideal for families, casual hikers, or anyone that wants to enjoy Glacier National Park without the climb. What really makes this hike special is the variety of scenery you pass through, including quiet forest, open meadows, 2 scenic lakes, and of course, the peaceful cascade of Redrock Falls itself. Whether you're short on time or just want a gentle trail with great views and a chance for wildlife sightings, Redrock Falls is an easy recommendation. Swiftcurrent Trail is a hike that delivers much more than you expect for the time and energy it takes. Honestly, we had a bit of time one evening and just made the trip to Swiftcurrent and started hiking without much planning. But we made mistakes, so continue learning for the things we wish we knew. You want all the details, so we will discuss where to find moose later, but first, when is the best time of day to hike Fishercap Lake and see wildlife? The lighting is softer, the trail is quieter, and the wildlife is just starting to move during early morning when the park comes alive along Swiftcurrent Pass Trail. Moose especially like the early hours, and you're more likely to have the lake and waterfalls to yourself. Evening hikes, which is when we hike the trail, are a close second. The Fishercap Lake is full of casual hikers walking to the water for a quick view of remaining daylight and photos of the landscape. But once you pass the first lake on this trail, you are by yourself in the evening. But July, August, and early September are the best months. We hiked in early August and the flowers were blooming and everything was green. Now that we have been hiking a bit, you may be wondering, how long is the Fishercap Lake to Redrock Falls hike in Glacier National Park? A lot of people hear Many Glacier and expect long, intense backcountry hikes, but this one is surprisingly mellow. The trail leads through forest, across small creeks, and along a valley floor with beautiful mountain views as you see here. You'll pass Fishercap and Redrock Lakes and end at the scenic waterfall, all without breaking a sweat. The full out and back trail to Redrock Falls is about 4.2 miles from the Swiftcurrent Trailhead and Inn round trip. Later we will let you know whether you'll see bears on the trail, but first, how much time should I plan for hiking Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park? This depends on how you like to hike. If you power through the trail with a mission, you might be back at the car in about an hour. But if you're someone who wants to stop at the lake, maybe wait for a moose, grab some photos at the falls, or enjoy a quiet snack, it's going to take longer. If you just want to hang out at Fishercap Lake, you can experience the water in about 30 minutes. But most visitors will want to plan on spending around 1.5 to 2 hours total to fully enjoy the hike and waterfall experience without rushing it. We have a lot more to go, but we'd like to know, are you going to Glacier for easy hikes like this one? Or are you planning to hike the 12-mile journeys to Grinnell Glacier, Iceberg Lake, and more? Join the conversation and let us know today. All right, we'll get back to logistics in a minute, but you need to know, are there bears on the Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park? Glacier is one of the most active grizzly bear regions in the country. This trail runs through a classic river corridor, which is a perfect habitat for both grizzlies and black bears. But you won't always see them even if the signs are usually there. Berry bushes, bear scat, and the occasional ranger warning. Hikers should be alert, prepared, and respectful of the animal space. But yes, to be clear, bears are common in this area. Which leads to the next question. Do any bear spray on the Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park? It's tempting to think that a short, easy hike won't require serious gear. But Glacier doesn't play by those rules. Bears are known to move through this area frequently, even right near the trailhead. Most hikers will never see one, but it's not worth the risk. So while the trail may feel tame, you should absolutely carry bear spray and know how to use it. But if this isn't enough to convince you we were on the Swiftcurrent Trail eating ice cream, which probably wasn't the best idea, from the Swiftcurrent Inn and learned that bears were sighted ahead. So we ate the ice cream as fast as we could and rinsed our cups in Wilbur Creek before moving on with our hike. The bears had moved on, but left an impression with many hikers that day. Before we continue, are you liking this walk and talk format? We share all of our national park experiences in this way to help you plan your first trip. Subscribe today so that when you search your next adventure we've done, our videos show up at the top of your search results. Before we discuss permits, you may want to know, where does the Swiftcurrent Trail start in Glacier National Park? It can be tricky figuring out trailhead logistics in a big park like Glacier, especially with the park broken up into sections. You'll want to head to the Many Glacier area and specifically to the Swiftcurrent Motor Inn. Parking can be difficult, but once you find a spot, head to the front of the inn. From there, start walking to the left and find the trail sign near the west end of the parking lot. Once at the trailhead, it's just a few minutes to Fishercap Lake and the beginning of your hike. But if you look around there for very long, it seems like there are 4 different ways to start the hike. Just pick one and head west. If you go north or south, head west when you can, and you'll end up in the right direction, unless you find yourself on the Iceberg Lake Trail. We'll discuss where to find moose in a minute, but do I need a permit or reservation to hike Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park? Glacier National Park has been evolving its vehicle entry system over the past few years, and Many Glacier is part of that. While you don't need any kind of backcountry hiking permit for this particular trail, you may need a vehicle reservation just to access the area, depending on the time of year. In the summer busy season, Many Glacier vehicle permits are offered on the National Park Service website. You will need a permit unless you are staying at the hotel or camping in Many Glacier. So generally, you'll need a vehicle reservation for Many Glacier during peak summer dates to get to the trailhead. To learn more, read our video description for the NPS website on permits. What are the chances of seeing a moose on Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park? If you've seen moose from Glacier online, chances are they were taken here. But you need to know exactly where, because we walked 2 miles further than we needed to. Fishercap Lake is moose paradise. The shallow, calm waters and surrounding landscape is great moose habitat. They often wade into Fishercap Lake in the early morning or late evening to feed on aquatic plants. There must be an underwater salad, because we saw moose feeding every time we walked by the lake. It's not guaranteed, but many hikers do spot one. So if you're hoping for that perfect wildlife moment, Fishercap Lake is one of the best places in the park to see moose. To get there, look for this tree and then turn left. We walked right past it the first time and trudged on to Redrock Falls, not knowing Fishercap Lake was so close. Thankfully, we got directions from other hikers and the moose were still feeding when we returned. Every good hiking video needs a dad joke. Since we missed it the first time, what did the moose say when hikers walked right past Fishercap Lake? You moosed it! Okay, let's get back to the list, and are you wondering, is the Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park good for beginners or older hikers? Most trails in Glacier National Park are not beginner-friendly. Some gain thousands of feet and involve scrambling over rocks or hugging steep ledges. But the Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls is a refreshing exception. It's well-maintained, has gentle elevation adjustments, and offers beautiful views without much physical strain. If you've got bad knees, are recovering from a longer hike, have young hikers, or just want something relaxing, this section of Swiftcurrent Trail is for you and your brood. Now that you are getting excited to hike the trail, what gear should I take to hike Swiftcurrent Pass to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park? To hike from Swiftcurrent Pass Trailhead to Redrock Falls and Glacier National Park, you won't need a full alpine setup, but bringing the right gear will make a big difference in your comfort and safety. Start with a good pair of hiking shoes or trail runners. While the trail is relatively flat, there are uneven and sometimes muddy sections, especially after rain. Carry at least 1 liter of water per person and pack snacks to eat along the way or while viewing the falls or lakes. A small day pack is helpful for storing layers, as the weather in Many Glacier can change quickly. Bring a lightweight rain jacket or windbreaker, especially in the shoulder seasons. Bear spray is essential as the trail passes through active bear territory, and sightings are common. Trekking poles aren't necessary for most hikers, but they can be helpful if you have balance issues or if your brood needs a little something extra to keep them entertained. Don't forget sun protection like a hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen. Since some portions of the trail are exposed, bring a first aid kit, compass, flashlight, and map, as the area is a little confusing. For examples of the gear we hiked with, read the video description now while you watch. Can you swim or wade at Redrock Falls or Fishercap Lake? If you're thinking of jumping in to cool off, remember this is snowmelt-fed water. It's cold. Still, many hikers will take their boots off and dip their feet in for a few minutes. Fishercap Lake is better suited for moose than humans, but Redrock Falls has small pools that are a bit more inviting. So while swimming isn't really the goal, you can wade in carefully at Redrock Falls if you're up for a chilling experience. Can I extend the hike beyond Redrock Falls? Sometimes you hit a trail and just don't want to stop. If that happens at Redrock Falls, you're in luck. You can continue up the Swiftcurrent Pass Trail to reach Bullhead Lake. The terrain gets steeper and more rugged the farther you go, but it also gets more dramatic. If you are looking for a longer hike, you can even take Swiftcurrent Trail to the Granite Chalet and further to going to the Sun Road. But to continue planning your trip to Glacier National Park, watch this video next.